Hey guys, welcome back to another little mini chit chat video. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and hook my mic up and oop, and just kind of wait for people to come. And if not, we'll just go ahead and get started. Shout out to all my Purple Heart members. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for always coming through and supporting. You guys are amazing. Yeah, so you guys will go ahead and get this video once I re-upload it to YouTube. I literally just made a community post, so I don't know if anyone will even get a chance to see it or not, but wanted to um I wanted to go ahead and talk about this. Okay, guys. So, maybe not a lot of people know, but some of you do know by now. For those of you who watch me or follow me, whatever, you guys know like I love me some good politics. I love me some good politics. If I had like not a do-over, because I would never do a do-over, but if I had me in a parallel, I would want to be like a poli sci major. Like I would just love a good debate. I love some good politics. Like, oh my goodness. So with that being said, of course today I've been watching the Cash Patel testimonies. I watched the one yesterday and I watched the one today. So you guys know I don't live in the United States, so I don't want to, say the things wrong. But I think yesterday was the oversight committee. Today was the Senate, or was it the Senate Oversight Committee? I don't know. I think it was Congress, and he went twice. That's what I know. He went before two different bodies of government. So yesterday was really intense. There was like a lot of name calling back and forth, a lot of stuff like that. People, you could tell they has have like a lot of resentment towards each other. It was very evident. The I think what stood out to me yesterday was the lack of respect for the institution and for the building, and just all that mudslinging and name calling. I had never, and I don't think I would say it never has happened. I think before in American politics they've had, a lot of stuff, maybe stuff like this back in the day happened. They've had a lot of fiery presidents in their history. So I'm sure this is not nothing new, but in the most recent history, I have never, and I'm 47, right? I have never seen anybody like talk to an elected official like that. And this is not just yesterday. Some of the stuff that's happened, I'd never grown up, aside from the stuff, the assassinations that we grew up knowing about. Like to see it on your TV screen in color is crazy, right? So that was shocking at first. But you see, by today, I was just like, okay, I have to see it, because some of the people that he's gonna go before to testify, they're like, these are the people that are like really serious about this Jeffrey Epstein stuff. One of them was a Republican, I believe, Massey. So these are just not like, it's just not regular. So I knew it was gonna be intense, and I really wanted to see it. So it was good to watch that. But what stood out to me was, and what has always stood out to me, but it stands out to me more now, watching him testify before these judicial bodies and stuff like that, is that I don't know why people have such a hard time with saying things for what they are. I mean, they're swearing in Congress and swearing in all this other stuff. So might as well just say it for what it is. Just say it for what it is. I don't understand why people have such a hard time with that. When they played the clips of Cash Patel back in the day, when he was all on the whole pro, release the file, release the names, let us know who these people are, these monsters, these predators, let us know, we want to know. And he was like, gung ho about the FBI being involved in the cover up and the whole bit. Even after they play his own words back to him, Everybody sits in the room and acts like he never said those things. Just like everybody sits in the room and act like that book he wrote naming people as enemy of the state never existed. Like these are people who have gone on to be threatened and harassed, with death threats and all this stuff. Even in the midst of all of this crazy stuff that's going on, can you not see how that would be something dangerous to do, knowing that there are people who will take this stuff and twist it for their own ideology and purposes? That was crazy. So, the thing that stands out to me the most is the fact that just basic, I've said this before talking about this Epstein stuff, right? Just the basic common sense tells you this stuff stinks, it reeks of a cover up. And of course, it will be a cover up. These are really, really powerful people, right? That really don't want this stuff to come out. And of course, there's going to be a cover up about it. Of course, he was gung ho until he got the job and saw the list. I don't know why people can't correlate. It's like, it's common sense. He was leading the charge. Release the names, release the this, release the that. And now that he's in a position to do so, which he implied that the last director was in the position to do, all of a sudden it's, we don't do this and we don't do all this deflecting and all of this stuff. Clearly, they don't want you to see who's on the list because it's a lot of powerful, rich people. Duh. I mean, come on. You have Prince Andrew was already brought up in this whole drama, disinherited, and all of that because of his involvement. And people are still acting like it's impossible that these other rich and super powerful people could be a part of this stuff. Like, what do you mean? You already know all the people who used to go to the island, fly on the plane, and all this other stuff. Why is it that the victims are telling the truth about the island but not about the other stuff? Like you can't pick and choose like when you want to believe it, if that makes sense. Right? They can't be telling the truth about the island but lying about the penthouse or the Palm Beach. If what happened on the island is true, then what happened in Palm Beach is true. And definitely what happened in that Manhattan penthouse has to be true, right? You have people testifying that they saw photographs and all this other stuff, and nobody's like clicking that, okay, maybe we should like do something. Like, I mean, come on. I can't even give this stuff real energy, like for real. Cause I can't even, it's just like beyond me that people just can't see this for what it is. Like, use your common sense. Like, just use your brain. Like, come on. Like, birds of a feather flock together and all of that other stuff. It's just like I said the same thing when the stuff went down with Bill Cosby, allegedly. And by the way, this is all alleged, okay? Allegedly. When all that stuff went down, I say the same thing. I said no. If these people are doing these things allegedly, then more than likely other people knew about it. It's just human, it's just common sense and human nature, right? Just like somebody knows who Jack the Ripper was, just like, yeah, everybody, somebody always knows. So to believe that these people just, like, I mean, you have four banks flagging this guy for over $1 billion in suspicious transactions. Like, who is this money going to? Where did all of this money go? All this hush money and payments and all that stuff. Where did all that stuff go? Nobody's following that. Oh, yeah, well, that's a good idea. We're gonna look into that. Like, I mean, come on. The answers alone speak for themselves. If you watch this interview, if you watch the testimony, the evasiveness, the not answering, clearly he can't answer these questions. Like, his boss is watching, and he has to be very careful with what he says and does. Obviously, he don't want to end up like everybody else who didn't toe the line and do what they were told. Like, I mean, this stuff is so obvious. In a couple of years we're gonna be sitting down here and all these people are gonna be up on charges. And we're all gonna be sitting here going, oh my god, like, this really happened. Yeah, it really happened. Like, what are you talking about? None of this stuff that's happening is making any sense whatsoever. Didn't I not say this in my last live or so about this stuff? That the news cycle was going to stay on this for weeks on end while the rest of the world is busy building what they're building and doing what they're doing. And all you see on the news channels from North America, well, not so much in Canada, we are reporting our own news and so forth, but there's still that constant cycle. And I'm still watching it. I watched it today, right? I'm still watching and all these different channels, and that's all we're talking about is this guy and his testimony, watching it live. Some people are streaming it live and they're talking about it, they're reacting to it. That's all they're talking about. Meanwhile, meanwhile, in Europe, there's a lot going on. That's a whole other topic, ain't it? There's a lot going on in the world. The world does not stand still for this stuff. This stuff is just open and shut. Like, it's so freaking obvious. Just release the list or not release it, but arrest everybody on it. Investigate them. If there's something credible, arrest them and keep it pushing. Let's, like, why are they dragging this stuff out to distract from everything else? This stuff is crazy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think that obviously there's something to hide, which is why they're so resistant to giving the information? These are the same people who, before they got the job, wanted all the information to be released. What changed? It's not like they weren't aware of the law before they got the job, and that would make them seriously unqualified, right? It's not like they weren't aware. So it's not like all of a sudden they got the job and realized, oh my God, I can't do it. There's all this red tape. No, that don't make sense. It's much more likely, especially in the world that we're living in. This guy's already been proven to, like, he's already been known to doing this stuff. This is not like an accusation against his character. He's like a convicted um you know so it's not like a smear campaign or anything like that. It's just a fact. So, like, just do what needs to be done, and so you can get back on track. There's so much going on in the world, and the people who are affected by this deserve justice. To now turn around and call all this stuff just made up and a hoax, like, who makes this type of stuff? What would be the point of being publicly ridiculed and people judging you and putting all this sensitive information out just to be lying about it? It's not like anybody could go back and say these people never worked at this place or they didn't work. Like, obviously they can prove all of this stuff. Man, this stuff is just, it's so crazy. Well, it's not really crazy when I look at it logically. Like, you'd be so surprised what people get into, like what they're into. Nothing surprises me. And I don't think we'll be that shocked to find some of these names that will pop up eventually. Because if this does not get resolved, lawsuits be damned. Who cares? You don't have no money anyway. Suing me for $30 million and I don't have no money. You're not getting $30 million. So go ahead and sue me. I'm gonna go ahead and release the names, and they're gonna just start name dropping. Somebody's gonna have some anonymous source. Somebody's gonna write a tell-all book. it's going to come out eventually. People want to know this information too much on either side for it to ever truly stay hidden. It will eventually come out like everything else always does. So that's my thought on the whole situation. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if you watched Cash Patel's testimony. Let me know what you think about it if you did. And we'll catch up with you guys in another video. Thank you guys for everyone who came through. I appreciate your time. Stay up and stay blessed. And we'll catch up with you guys later. Deuces.